Welcome back to our coast-to-coast journey. We left you beside Ennerdale Water at the end of the last episode. Today we follow the beautiful Ennerdale Valley beneath the impressive rock face of Pillar before reaching the remote Blacksail Youth Hostel. From there we climb to Honister Pass, descend into Borrowdale via Ruthwaite and then make one final ascent to Greenup Edge for another night under canvas. Let's go!
This is morning of day 2. Looks like it's going to be a warm day again. Just doing the essential jobs of getting the breakfast made and the coffee on. And Graham's already got one tent down. This was our spot last night in a quiet corner of Ennerdale. And obviously once again there will be no trace left other than a little bit of an imprint on the grass which will be gone by lunchtime. There's Sue having a swim.
Missing out.
I might get a dip yet.
You swim, you'll never get. It's warm.
I'll get in, I think. A quick dip.
The walking is gentle as we follow the shores of Ennerdale Water to Bowness Knot. From there, we leave the lakeshore behind and follow the wide track to Blacksail Youth Hostel, where a welcome foot break awaits.
Just up from the Bowness car park, there's a little spot in there. You might be able to get a good wild camp. Certainly into the jaws of Ennerdale now. Graham's just a little bit ahead. And the ground's wet. The big thunderstorm last night certainly made things feel a lot fresher this morning.
We're walking through Ennerdale Forest. It's a glorious day. Camping feels great when you've had a swim and the weather's like this.
And we look up to Pillar Rock, fantastic climbing venue, 2 superb routes, New West and Ribbon Slab.
Pillar has given us some unforgettable moments over the years. One of the very best came in January 2020 when we camped on the summit and woke to this spectacular sunrise. Today though, it's back to the important business of looking after our feet.
Foot ritual. And you can stay here on the Blacksail Youth Hostel. Self-catering kitchen. Nice bit of artwork. And the view, we're headed up here next to Honister. The centre frame is Great Gable, Kirk Bell, and then around to Pillar.
Leaving Blacksail behind, our route continues up the valley before climbing steadily to Honister Pass. It's a long but rewarding ascent, with ever-expanding views over some of Lakeland's most spectacular scenery.
Well, that's the top of the climb from the Blacksail Youth Hostel. Look at the colour of the sky behind me, it's gorgeous. It's lovely, isn't it? Nice breeze. Nice cool breeze blowing.
Leaving Ennerdale.
And on to Honister. There's a magnificent view down towards Buttermere and Crummock Water, and here is where we've just come along on coast to coast. We have a bit of a breeze and 2 happy hikers. 3 happy hikers, you can only see 2 of them. Couldn't wish for better conditions, but it's quite rubbly underfoot. It's a glorious part of the Lake District.
Into Honister Quarry, a working slate mine. and that'll be lunch.
This is a great route on a bike, top of Honister Pass on both sides. It's a steep one.
Honister is much more than just a mountain pass. It's a popular stop on the coast to coast, home to England's last working slate mine, a welcoming cafe, walkers and cyclists galore, a via ferrata, and if you're lucky, the odd canine fashion icon.
What do you think of it so far then?
Very good.
More than 6.5.
Oh yeah, definitely. Today's spectacular.
Yeah,
Absolutely spectacular. It's a 10 out of 10 walk, isn't it? It's amazing.
So that mountain there is Glaramara, and we were just talking about how underrated that hill is as a day out. It really is a spectacular, knobbly, complicated, beautiful ridge.
And heading down into Rosthwaite now, and the heat's building up as we drop. So that's St. Pat and Diesel.
I wish it was. Not J2O and tonic.
Lemonade and Chris at the yew tree in, where are we?
Dave and I are on the hard stuff, we're on the lemonade.
Heading through to Rosthwaite now. Very hot again. The breeze we had on the top is now gone. So we're just arriving at the youth hostel. Good spot if you need accommodation for the night. And camping pitches available as well if you want them. And just through the gate and the way through here. Continue on the coast to coast. And this is the heart of Borrowdale. As we're coming into Rosthwaite, and then we're crossing the main road soon and heading towards Greenup and Greenup Edge. Highly recommend the Flock Inn, Walker's Tea Room in Borrowdale. Ice cream's partaken.
It is.
And it's some pieces you can get in there, pot noodles, coffee, toothpaste. Fill your water up for you. And we're getting a little bit of shade. It says we've left Rosthwaite. River to our right. We're hoping to refill our water for the camp tonight as we go up Greenup Gill, taking the chance of not getting any water down here. So as we follow the Gill up, we'll have to think of getting water along there. Heading up to Greenup Edge. Up there is where we're going. That's Intake Ridge. Remember? Yeah, good. For the scramble. Yeah. Ridiculous. Right.
Oh, is that where it is, up there?
I think it's that Crag up there. Good. And you sort of said, oh, now
We got time on our side.
Well, we found our water, and it turned out to be good for more than just drinking and cooking. On a day as hot as this, that little rock pool was impossible to resist.
Miraculous, isn't it? Water. It is beautiful.
coming back to the track after getting water from Greenup Gill.
Makes it all worthwhile.
And we're near Lining Crag. Our route goes just to the left of it. And boy oh boy is it steep and is it hot.
And I saw you.
Oh, this is Lining Crag. We're just making our way up it now and it's bloody steep.
And the truth may come as a surprise that with you I feel
And that's where we've come from. It is beautiful.
You'll be the last one I think about.
Top of Lightning Crag. And there's your view.
Time on our side. We're in a state of hope.
All the way up there. And there's Greenup Edge ahead. Still more to go. Camping. Pitch on day 2. A breezy camp. Keep the midges away. Still glorious weather. That's Graham's pitch. Looking away back to where we come from. I think we might even be able to see the sea still. We can, out there. We can still see the sea.
I don't know about you, but one of the best parts of backpacking for me is the end of the day. A hot meal, a brew, good company, and time to reflect on the day's walk.
We're going 9.5 today then, are we?
Yeah, I'd do that solid 9.5.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, I was thinking 9, at least 9. Yeah. There's nothing to knock a mark off for though, is there really? Do I go 10? No, because there's stony descent into...
I was a little bit...
so,
What I didn't
Honister.
like so much as I used to enjoy more was Honister Slate, man. It's just got
Too busy.
busy now, but other than that, I can't really complain because there's other people there.
It's just a bit hectic,
Bit too
isn't it?
misanthropic, maybe.
It's just a bit hectic.
Yeah, it was a bit hectic. But then again, it was made up for there by the dogs in the
Oh, the dogs with the sunglasses.
dogs with the
I think I might have to add the half a mark onto that. For now,
I'll give it a test today. There's not much. That was a bloody steep climb out of the bottom there up to Greenup Edge.
Crag.
It was a heck of a climb up there.
Very steep.
It's not often I
Very
run out of
steep.
energy and need to stop and have a flat like halfway up. But I did.
This is a great campsite.
And this is we can see the coast still.
Can't argue with the views, can you?
Still see the sea. We've got a great view tomorrow to Helm where we're going and Grasmere.
Day 3 begins with a descent from Greenup Edge into the village of Grasmere. From there we cross the heart of the Lake District, pausing at Grisedale Tarn, dropping into Patterdale and taking a dip in Angle Tarn, before climbing to another spectacular high camp beneath Kidsty Pike. Let's go!
Just broken camp on day 3 and we're away. Base layers on this morning, a little bit chilly. Bit of a breeze blowing, just gone 7 AM. Another gorgeous morning on the coast to coast. Always leave no trace. Just over there's the coast to coast path. I'll rejoin now. A couple of options today. You can either go over the ridge there, Calf Crag and Helm Crag.
An enjoyable alternative from Greenup Edge is to head over Helm Crag to visit the Lion and the Lamb before dropping to Grasmere.
So heading up onto the very peak.
The little scramble onto the Lion makes a worthwhile detour for anyone comfortable using their hands.
Up the groove, and then out to the right. All good holds. It's quite an airy perch up there.
And that's the Lion and the Lamb.
Or as we're going to do a lower level version down through the valley. Both good. Grasmere next stop for resupply.
And there we go, that would be a nice staff club, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm looking at. It's beautiful.
Nice little street on the end.
just heading into Grasmere down this lovely little lane. And here we are, into Grasmere. All you want here. Restocked at the co-op. Next objective. Just leaving Grasmere now to pick up the coast to coast again. Passing the Traveller's Rest. It's very inviting. It's like a good selection of real ales on in there. Cumberland, Swan, Wainwright. Yep. This is where the coast to coast path crosses if you don't go into Grasmere. And then up this lane. Nice to leave the road noise behind. Heading up the Tongue.
The path climbs steadily alongside Grisedale Beck, followed by the long grassy ridge known as the Tongue. It leads to Grisedale House before a short descent to the beautiful Grisedale Tarn.
And we get to Grisedale Tarn.
When we first crossed the coast to coast in 2014, snow still covered the surrounding fells. 12 years later, Grisedale Tarn was just as impressive.
Ruthwaite Lodge, Outward Boundles Water.
Originally built in the 1850s as a shooting lodge, Ruthwaite Lodge was restored by the Ullswater Outward Bound Centre after a devastating fire in the early 1990s, and is still used by the Outward Bound groups today.
Alternative route down here, down the left side of the Gill. We've opted for the right down to Patterdale. I'm crossing the bridge, and just to point out, just up on the Crag side up there is Pinnacle Ridge.
We've climbed Pinnacle Ridge many times over the years, and it's still my all-time favourite scramble in the Lake District. A classic Grade 3 route, it's a fantastic outing for experienced scramblers.
Just over a mile now to Patterdale. And we're onto the tarmac, and then it'll be heading up to Angle Tarn and Kidsty Pike. Out here, when you're coming down the road, the sign's very difficult to see because it's behind you, so don't end up just following the road down because you're going to end up in Glenridding. And this is a mile to Patterdale. Very careful there. And just make out the path up the hillside. Over there is where we're going to be going after Patterdale. And looking back, there's Ullswater. Steamer's just coming up. Nice one for kayaking. The old post office used to be a nice little shop when you were doing the coast to coast, but there's the White Lion Inn. The White Lion is calling today. It's very hot. That's one way to cool down.
Leaving Patterdale behind, it's a brief road walk before we begin the climb to Borrowdale House.
Looking up to the road past there, heads up to the Struggle, Brothers Water in the bottom, and up to Angle Tarn. Humid, hot. Just a wee fork here to Angle Tarn. Around to our left is Place Fell, and spin you round. There's Helm and other peaks. There's Red Screes to the right of the road, then to the left is Stony Cove Pike. Junction of Pass, one left, one right, As you're coming up here, you've got the view to Brothers Water. It's the right path you want to Angle Tarns. Our view of Angle Tarn. And that's the big hill to the right's High Street. And there's a knot, and just to the behind that is Kidsty Pike. There's the full view of Angle Tarn.
To swim or not to swim? That is the question.
Like, honestly.
Sorry?
Like, honestly.
That's nice.
Just windy. Really windy.
There's Sue having a dip. Grazing.
Just looking around at the view when you're in the middle. That's my favourite thing.
We pan out. Just on your way up from Angle Tarn, just if you haven't got a fence next to you and a wall, you're probably going up Restod, because the more prominent path does go up Restod, so be aware of that. Hayes Water, and in front of us is the knot, and then over to the left, sticking out is Kidsty Pike, and just ahead of us there is Kidsty Pike, highest point on the route, and looking across to High Street, Sue and Graham just behind.
This was backpacking gold. An open campsite with panoramic views, a carpet of dry moss beneath our tents, and Kidsty Pike watching over us.
I love this time of the evening.
Yeah, when you especially if you're tired, which I am.
Yeah. Beautiful, bouncy, springy moss. Kidsty Pike up there. First thing tomorrow.
Day 3 and another unforgettable day in the Lake District. Tomorrow we'll stand on the highest point of the coast to coast, Kidsty Pike, before leaving the mountains behind and heading for Shap. But that's all to come, so please join us. Until next time, cheerio!